The committee will come to order. We meet today to consider favorably reporting the nominations of Jonathan Greenstein, who is nominated to serve as Deputy Undersecretary for International Finance at the Treasury Department, Donald Korb, who is nominated to serve as the Chief Counsel of the Internal Revenue Service, and Derek Tyre, who is nominated to serve as the Deputy Undersecretary for Legislative Affairs at Treasury. This morning's meeting will provide members with the opportunity to offer remarks on the nominees. We will conduct the vote off the Senate floor today at approximately 3 p.m. During his hearing, Mr. Greenstein discussed his plans to advance President Trump's America First agenda by improving our bilateral and multilateral economic agreements, addressing key policy questions to promote economic growth and stability, and leading on global financial regulation and supervision. He also spoke on why it is necessary to return international organizations such as the International Monetary Fund to their core responsibilities. If confirmed as Deputy Undersecretary, Mr. Greenstein will have the opportunity to work with Secretary Bessent to accomplish these goals. As a veteran of the IRS, Mr. Korb is a strong supporter of the agency's mission to provide America's taxpayers with top quality service that helps them to understand and meet their tax responsibilities. He keenly knows that the agency must enforce the law fairly to all. Throughout his long career in tax law, Mr. Korb has displayed a proven record of integrity and sound judgment that will serve taxpayers well. I'm confident that he will advance the vital mission of the IRS, if confirmed. Lastly, given his depth of experience on Capitol Hill, Mr. Tyre is well aware of the responsibility of Treasury Legislative Affairs to keep Congress informed of the department's actions and to provide swift responses to questions. A strong relationship with Congress will be especially important as the Treasury Department implements the provisions enacted in the One Big Beautiful Bill. I look forward to working with Mr. Tyre, if confirmed, to ensure that Treasury implements the law consistent with the statute and as Congress intended. I will vote in favor of each nomination, and I encourage all of my colleagues on the committee to do the same. I now recognize Ranking Member Wyden for his remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Today, the committee votes on 3 nominees. Each of them, if confirmed, oversee the agency responsible for every single taxpayer dollar the government receives. Trump and his allies have intentionally turned the federal government into a black box when it comes to transparency and accountability. Earlier this year, Elon Musk and the Doge Brigade gained access to Treasury's internal payment systems. They house a trove of highly sensitive taxpayer data. It's still not clear who has access to that information or what they're doing with it. There is a certainty this morning, however. Taxpayer money is being moved around without any transparency or accountability. It's being spent on whatever Donald Trump wants to spend it on. And every single nominee the committee votes on today has been handpicked by Donald Trump to help him do this spending. The American people, back in 2024, voted to lower their costs for energy, for health care, for groceries. They certainly didn't vote for nearly $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid so our Republican colleagues could cut taxes for corporations and the ultra-wealthy. They certainly didn't vote for health premiums to double. And they sure didn't vote for an authoritarian takeover of our cities, including my hometown of Portland, funded with their tax dollars. The Trump administration is using the American people's hard-earned money however it wants. Accountability be damned. Let me make some remarks briefly about the nominees. Jonathan Greenstein is nominated to be Deputy Undersecretary of Treasury for International Finance. Donald Korb is nominated to serve as Chief Counsel for the IRS. Mr. Korb will be integral to the IRS plan to share taxpayer information with the Department of Homeland Security to help the administration target immigrant communities. Lastly, Derek Tyre is nominated to serve as Deputy Undersecretary of Treasury. Just yesterday, the Treasury Department announced that Mr. Tyre would also be performing the duties of Deputy Treasury Secretary. He hadn't even been confirmed for the position he's nominated for, and Donald Trump has given him another high-ranking job within his administration. The responsibility of the head of the Treasury Legislative Affairs Office is to be responsive to the Congress. Having the same person in charge of legislative affairs also serve as Deputy Secretary guarantees that Trump's Treasury will be even less responsive to Congress than it already is. And it further demonstrates this administration's disdain for congressional authority. Each of these nominees has had the opportunity to show the committee and the public that if confirmed, they would stand up to the dangerous and harmful Trump agenda, an agenda that for 10 months has been making life harder and more expensive for working families and wreaked havoc on our economy. The administration is more focused on promoting unqualified yes people than public servants devoted to helping the American people. I'm going to close with this. There's another bit of breaking news. This week, Donald Trump made a decision to give another job title to Social Security Commissioner Frank Bisignano, CEO of the Internal Revenue Service, making Mr. Bisignano just a few job titles shy of Marco Rubio. Mr. Chairman, I gather he may hold the record, but Mr. Bisignano is picking up steam with more titles going to him. Let's be clear, the IRS does not have a CEO. It should have a commissioner dedicated to making sure American taxpayers get their refunds on time and going after wealthy tax cheats. Mr. Bisignano has spent his time at Social Security concocting new ways to cut Americans' hard-earned Social Security benefits and privatize the program. There's no doubt in my mind that if granted access to our country's treasury system and taxpayer dollars, he is going to do more damage that can't be undone. The American people deserve stable, trustworthy leadership at the IRS and at Treasury. I have no reason to believe that the nominees being voted on today will not just follow marching orders from Trump, and they will trample on the Constitution and help enrich Trump friends, just like everybody else he surrounded himself with. Mr. Chairman, I yield my time back. I urge my colleagues to vote no on each of these nominees at 3 p.m.
Thank you very much, Senator Wyden. And before I go to the closing remarks here, just to clarify in terms of the question as to Mr. Tyre's designation yesterday as the temporary Deputy Secretary of Treasury. The committee today is voting on Mr. Tyre's nomination to be Assistant Secretary of Legislative Affairs. And if he remains the President's nominee to that position and will serve in that position if confirmed.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to belabor this. As we're seeing with these appointees, they are picking up more jobs and more titles with an astounding rate of speed. And I don't think that's in the interest of the American people. And I'm sure we'll talk about this some more going forward.
All right, thank you. There are no other senators here, obviously, wishing to make a statement. And so procedurally, unless there's objection, the committee will recess and will reconvene to vote on the nominations off the Senate floor today at approximately 3 p.m. Without objection, it is so ordered, and the committee stands in recess.